Hey everybody, welcome to Gary E's Sketch Cards. This is Gary Enerson. I hope you had a good week. This is episode number 12 where I'm going to be drawing the Ant-Man. The Ant-Man film is going to be released this Friday, July 17th, and I wanted to put out a little piece of fan art before the premiere, so here we go. So I had a request from one of my subscribers to talk a little bit more about my actual drawing process, and each week I know I like to talk a little bit about how I do the process, how I draw, and a little bit of information and background on the characters that I'm drawing. So one quick thing about the technique that I used on this particular card is if you go all the way back to the beginning, I know it was probably about 30 seconds ago, and I apologize for taking this long to get to it. What I did was I started off by putting a couple of hash marks on one side of the page, or one side of the drawing and the other. And these hash marks were basically to center where I wanted the helmet in this drawing. And as you can see, as the drawing has progressed, I've used those hash marks as kind of a marker, markers to put in where the helmet's going to go. And so I just like to outline the details and kind of fill them in as I go. And there's no real rhyme or reason for the most part with how I draw. I'm looking at the reference photo, the reference material, and I'm just kind of drawing as I go. And the only reason that I kind of doing a speed drawing on this is because this particular drawing took about a half hour. I think it took about 37 minutes. Each one of these sketch cards every week takes me about a half an hour on the average. You know, could be a little bit more, it could be a little less, but you know, I kind of prefer having a 5, 6, 7 minute video as opposed to a 30-minute video every week, and I think everybody else appreciates it too. So that would be the technical aspect or technical portion of the show this week. Just I put in a couple of hash marks to sort of mark where everything needs to go, and I'm using those as a guide to put the helmet in. Yeah, so as I mentioned before, the Ant-Man movie will be out this week. I know that there has been a lot of, not sordid history, that's not the right word, but originally Edgar Wright was supposed to write and direct this film, and eventually he walked away from the project. Whether he was let go or whether he walked away willingly is, you know, the stuff for Hollywood speculation, and I'm sure that there are people that are in the know that knew exactly what happened, but I was pretty excited when I'd heard that Edgar Wright originally was tied into this film. I really like his work, and I was a little disappointed when he was let go, but you know, I guess that is how it is. But from all accounts, I've heard that this film is actually still going to be pretty good. I want to see this one in the theater. I did not see Guardians of the Galaxy in the theaters because it didn't quite have that Avengers level of interest for me. But when I did see Guardians of the Galaxy, I really liked it, and I kind of regret not seeing it in the theater. So my hope is to see Ant-Man in the theater. So this character, Ant-Man, was one of the first comics that I ever got, I grew up a comic collector. And the reason why I started collecting comics was when I was about 10 or 11, my dad went into the JCPenney catalog and got a comic book collector kit for me for Christmas. And it basically came with a box, a storage box, and some bags, some backs, and 10 random comics. And one of them was an Ant-Man comic. And what attracted me to the character initially was the helmet. I thought the helmet looked really cool. It looked a lot like something out of Star Wars, and I've always been a Star Wars fan as well, so I was pretty excited about it. I didn't really delve too much into the character after that. I just kind of read the one issue and sort of left it at that. So I'm real curious to see what they do with this character, and I'm pretty curious to see what they do with the movie. It'll be nice to not know a lot about the character and just sort of be educated on the film as I go. I know a lot of times when you see a movie with a superhero or a character that you already know, it tends to deviate from the comic book canon a little bit, and I know a lot of people get uptight about that. So, like I said, it'll be nice to kind of go in fresh and see what Ant-Man is all about in the film. So the sketch card here is definitely taking shape. I've put in a lot of details, a little bit of shading. It does look a little bit like the reference photo, so I'm pretty happy with it. I kind of worked from the top down on this one. I don't... Like I said, I don't usually have a rhyme or reason for it. I just kind of pick and choose what I draw, and then I'll go back up and sort of throw in the details. I think I work mostly from the smallest of details, the preliminary of details, on through. So obviously you want to put in the outline, and then I'll put in the shadows, and now I'm going back and putting in the darker lines and some of the midtones and some of the reflections in that. And the cable that I apparently forgot to locate on the reference drawing. I'll do that from time to time, where I'll draw a sketch card and then forget one little detail, so I'll have to go back and put it in there. It's a little embarrassing, but it is what it is. So I want to thank you for watching this. I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my YouTube channel, and if you would, please subscribe. If you like this video and you're excited about the Ant-Man movie coming out, share this video, like it, leave a comment below, and let me know what you think. And here you go. This is the Ant-Man sketch card. Take care. I'll see you all next week.